Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2 hectare challenge with me, Simulation for the Nations. This will soon no longer be the 2 hectare challenge. We recently reached the end of episode 12, which was the first full calendar year on the map, and today, in today's episode, we are going to be looking into what stands next. I asked you all watching in the last episode what we should do, gave you a few options, and the options were pretty much split between two. Option number one was to expand and double the size of the farm up to about 4 hectares and carry on doing the same thing. The other option, which was the second most popular and kind of shared in terms of votes, was option number 3, which was to bring in animals to the equation as well. So, what do we do? Well, the thing is, it's a bit of a tricky one, this, because we're going to bring in the map here to show you. To go up to, this excludes discussing finances in any way, by the way. To go to 4 hectares there, you obviously need another 2 hectare field, and it would logically dictate that the field you should probably go for would be around about the farm over here in this corner. We're in the southwest of Meadow Grove. These are all either too small, 1.3 hectares, 1.04, or they're too big, 2.48, 2.76, 2.88, and so on and so forth. I don't particularly want to have my farm split across a ginormous map. I want my fields to be very close, and I want them to be joined in. So, leaves us with a bit of a predicament. And then you factor in the cost side of things. This little field 196 is 1 and a bit hectares, which would work well. But it is 80 grand, just over. Now, as you can see, we have 122 grand right now. The only way we had that was by adding on our loan, rounding our loan back up to £300,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of a halfway house measure with this, for this year at least. We're not going to go to the full 4 hectares because we can't afford to. We are going to buy that field, and we're going to go up to 3 hectares. Well, 3 and a bit hectares. So we'll buy 196. So we've got that. And we have about 40 grand-ish left over, because what we need to do is start to reclaw some of that money and claim some of that money back as quickly as possible. So I think there'll be at some stage there, we'll probably plant some more trees because they are good long-term revenue generators. And we'll probably look into that. But this field is what we now have over here. So it's a big grass field. So naturally, yes, we'll probably come in and we'll mow some more silage down off this and get that all wrapped up and stacked up. Great, that'll be a good bit of a revenue source. It is quite a large field though. When you get walking through it there, and I'm tempted by this corner in here just to square this off again. Maybe, you know, just from about here through to that tree straight ahead and put this into more trees perhaps over time. That could be something that we look to do for sure. Maybe we actually plant trees in there that in some stage will come through and we will harvest for timber. That could be an option. But what to do with this field? And again, this is where you folks can come in and help me here. Do we continue in the same manner that we have with the other fields and plant this full of vegetable crops? Do we keep it as a silage field and just keep rolling over there? It doesn't require much work though for that. Just the occasional mowing, which we'll get onto. Or do we look to do something a bit different? Do we look to get some livestock into here of some sort? How is that going to work? What's that going to look like? We haven't got any sheds here to put them into. There's no other amenities around here that we have. We don't have the machinery. If it was cattle, for example, we can't support machinery. So that wouldn't really work. Let me know what you think we should do with it. But first thing first, we will definitely take a crop of silage. I am inclined to square that corner off there, put some kind of production in the corner just to continue our revenue generation. Our silage is all being sold right now. That is ticking along there as well. It's really bringing up our revenue. If I come down to have a look at our productions here, you'll see we've still got 24,000 litres left to go out there. So that'll bring in a little bit extra there, which is great. But we will obviously get a lot more from here as well. But there's still more to be done. We could plant another root crop into here. Maybe do sugar beet. Maybe do something completely different. But we want something that we can capitalize on the most. So I'm really at a bit of a loss as to what that could be. I'm not sure where we can go with that. I would love to have any of your decisions and any thoughts and opinions down below. We could put livestock into there. Of course we could. It could be quite easily done, but it would have to be something with fairly minimal expenses to start up there, because like you see, 42 grand, not going to go too far when you start to blow all that pretty quickly on equipment and buildings, never mind actually buying the livestock themselves. So a few questions to be answered there for sure. We will continue to bit by bit grab a little bit more lumber from over there and put that through the processor, doing pretty much 1 tree a month at the moment there just to get that all done. But right now, I guess, hey, we own a new field now. It joins on nicely onto this field. That makes a lot of sense to do. So we can get that all going. What we need to do, though, really is get the tractor and mower onto that to get that covered. And we'll see where we go. The root crops are coming through and looking very nice indeed. Why are you down there? Let's get you. You won't be sold unless you're in there. Oh. Yeah, like I say, looking very, very good indeed. So far, nitrogen in spots isn't the best. I wonder if we're going to have to come through and blast it with a load or something. Because, yeah, it's not looking all that hot at the moment. But maybe a bit more just to increase the yield. See, it's not too bad in places, but in other places, good God, is it bad. So yeah, maybe we'll put something into there. And then we could look into moving forward. But that's still growing. It's got a few more months left before we can get into it. But yes, I do like the new foliage there. That looks very, very nice indeed. But lots for us to go at. And that'll be great. We're raring to go, champing it a bit with our machinery there. I had half an idea as well, which again would be an expense of maybe demoing this shed and putting the cattle shed in the corner, because I have quite a lot of storage space. Like this shed in the corner here, not really doing much. So we could quite easily move some of this gear around and get it stored somewhere else without too much heartache. And that would be a good thing to do. What we will do right now though is jump on into our John Deere. And then we can, yeah, start the old silage train again, I suppose. There you go. Like I say, this field won't take too long to do that. I'll provide quite a few bales, and then we'll let that that ferment, and we'll get that sold as soon as we can. But really, yeah, we just need to figure out something. The main reason that we're doing this challenge a little bit differently is that we're not doing your regular cereal crops. So we're not gonna have wheat, oilseed rape, barley, oats, that kind of stuff. That's just not going to be existing in our fields there, just because it's what I always do. And this is like something a little bit off the rail there, a little bit different. So we will hopefully find something a little bit more unique to do. And I'm going to have a bit of a troll around as well and see what I can find to make that work. But unfortunately, I wanted a field that was going to be 2 hectares exactly, but that's just not going to pan out. And we'll see. We do make quite a lot of money from these fields of root crops though when they get processed, so maybe that will be the easiest thing to do, if not for the first year. You know, at this stage it's too late for us to plant now, but we can definitely get a crop of silage off here and then get these planted in the autumn with the rest of them, and that will give us everything that we'll need in terms of a time frame. But the most important thing is that we get something from this field this year. We need some way of getting some money back out of it. Now it is only July, so even if we cut this now, we could then get another, or maybe a crop of hay off here, something a little bit different, allowing us to get 2 crops off without making too much money. Because like I said, I do find it a little bit jarring how much silage is worth in this game. At times it's, yeah, just a little bit too much. All right, on you go. Lower down, please. Thank you, and off we are. Cracking stuff. So yeah, we'll get this done. We'll see what this field looks like when it's been cut. See, the landscape's a bit weird for placing things, so that would be a little bit tricky, but what we could well do as we bounce over these rigging furrows here. I like the idea of just placing this corner full of orchard trees. Actually, they are good revenue generator. It would cost a lot to get this filled up though. That's part of, oh I don't know, 150 grand, which we just don't have. So maybe we spend about 10 grand, put a couple in, and then we'll just see what happens. But it's a lot of money just to splash on trees, that's for sure. Now just buying regular old trees, regular lumber, pine trees like you see over there, that would be an easy one to do. And then that would be something we could get in pretty quickly and relatively cost-free. Our trees in the middle of our field as well aren't probably too far away from being harvested either, so we could maybe time that up as well. And that would be pretty good to do. Looks like behind us though, we've got a fairly lovely looking swath of grass there. I'd like to see that a lot. And we will get our new baler in. Now we've got the baler, it makes sense as well to get as much of this baled up as well. Just using the baler there. It didn't cost as much because of the discount we got on it, but hey, let's squeeze out every penny we can from it. Oh, it's Spitfire o'clock. And at some point as well, if we keep doubling up our acreage every year, we are going to run into a problem where we're unable to afford our to pay off our debt. we'll be able to service it, sure, but we won't be able to pay it off. So we need to think about that. And also, if we then double up next year, do we have to go from, well, the 3 acres that we're at now to 6? Or do I need to somehow find another acre that we have to buy between now, or another hectare, sorry. I have to find another hectare to buy now, between now and this time next year. That could be part of the challenge, that every year we have to double up, and for as long as we keep this going for. That'd be pretty cool. All right, anyway, we're going to get this all knocked down, and we'll see how we get on, and see what this looks like when we get the headland done, I should think. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are 4 headlands in. We'll do the outside one, and that should pretty much be us. It's actually looking like there's a lot of grass on here in my mind. Not looking too bad at all. Very, very happy with it indeed. So, the big question remains. We're going to clear this off there, and I really would love your help as to what we're going to do next, really. I could quite happily and easily stick this into carrots or red beet or whatever we want, and that'll be easy, that'll be done, and say no more. But is there something else we should be doing? Let me know if you have any ideas. I'm gonna have a troll through some of the production chains and see online if I can find anything that might make it a little bit more different and challenging, and we'll see how we go. And the more I think about it, the more I think as well that the objective should be that by the end of this year we have to be at 4 hectares, so we need to find another acre, another hectare somewhere. So we might have to get creative with that, but we will very much figure that one out. So this is where we're going to leave it for today. That's the plan. We're at 3.04 hectares or somewhere around that, so there's still room to go, and we'll see how we get on with that. So until next time, I hope this has been a good update. I hope you are enjoying this series still. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always. I've been Simulation for the Nation. Videos at the moment coming every Tuesday and Sunday with My Farm and Life returning. And the My Farm and Life series is going to be a bit longer these days, so aiming to get up to about 40 minutes or so per episode. So let me know what you think of that and how that's all going. Until next time though, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.